Welcome everybody to a Code Peterson tutorial. This is going to be part of a series where we're learning how to make an app for a mobile device using MIT App Inventor. The other day, someone reached out and asked if I have ever created any games or made any programs using MIT App Inventor. And it surprised me because when I was teaching at the high school level, we did this all the time. Class where you have some intros to IT fundamentals, and then one of the sections in there is coding, and we would do a little block-based coding. A little MIT App Inventor was kind of the in-between thing, and then we did a little Python, and then students would talk about pros and cons of each, and like how each coding language or development environment kind of serves their own purpose. They all have their strengths and things that they could be used for, and we would create this. So I thought I would have had all sorts of tutorials, and then look it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, pretty much nothing on here about that until today. So appreciate that comment and that idea on there. I'll do this and then hopefully get back to some more GB Studio in the near future. But this is pretty sweet. They're like free resources, so you can create your app for the only cost of $0. Maybe you're just interested in learning how to do this, a big thing. And this kind of goes to education too. You might see a standard that says use technology to solve a problem. And what better way than by creating mobile device applications? I mean, when my daughter was much younger and we had Disney Princess Candyland, I loved playing Disney Princess Candyland. Hated when we would open the box and the cards are scattered everywhere. Then you'd have to reshuffle them and do all this stuff. And it just, that was the worst part of the game. So one time we took pictures of the cards from it, of just one of each of the cards, and then we uploaded them into MIT App Inventor, and in about 10 minutes we created an automatic card generator for that Candyland game. So then I never had to shuffle Candyland cards ever again. It was life-changing. So yeah, you can make something for an app that makes your life way easier, or something that's kind of a time waster, whatever the case may be. But I think it's pretty awesome to use. So that's what we're going to do. This episode, I just want to show you what you need to get started and to just kind of give you this information that I think is good to know before you get rolling with MIT App Inventor. appinventor.mit.edu. It's a free resource. You just go to this site and you set up an account. I think you just need a Gmail account and you can get ready to roll with this thing. Sometimes your apps, you may want to put a picture in there, use some audio files. And again, I like to keep costs at a minimum, especially with my teacher hat on. I can go to pixabay.com. I think this is a great resource. It has free pictures, and especially if you get to the illustrations, pretty helpful, and the little search bar there, so you can find all sorts of images that you might need to use for your app. And then this trusty sound effects. So a lot of people forget there are some solid options for music and sound effects on Pixabay. So we'll be using some resources from there for a few of my tutorials. I wanted to share that with you. You can download any of these apps that you make with MIT App Inventor. You can put them right on your phone or share them with other people. You can do that. When you open it up the first time, it'll give you a prompt that says this is from an unrecognizable source. So hopefully you can trust yourself as a developer, and then you'll be able to get that put on your phone. Or if you want it available for the whole world on Google Play, it's not that hard. You can go and just do a Google search for Google Play Developer Console, and then the first option will give you this to go to, and you can set up an account where you can upload your apps. There are a few guidelines where they have you follow, and they change from time to time, but it's nothing too terrible. If you have any questions over it, just shoot me a message in the comments below. But I've done this before with an older account. I would upload some games and different things that I created, and I never charged any money for mine or put ads on them. It was just, for the world to enjoy if they wanted to enjoy them. But like I would tell my students, this is the only class where you could leave today and potentially be a millionaire. If you make an app and you find a million people that have a need for that app and they're willing to just give you the low cost of $1, you never know what can happen. But you get it listed on that Google Play store just through this site here, and it's pretty easy to do. Some people say, well, can you test these apps or use them on Apple phones? You cannot. Sadly enough, MIT App Inventor, it's just for Android devices. That's all you can make them for. If you don't have an Android device to test it out, there is a built-in emulator where you can put it on your computer and test it on there in the browser, like a little phone that's on your screen of your computer that you can use. Works pretty well. Or if you really want to get into it, then what we have is, even I'm not an Apple person, but I've dabbled. So I've actually taken some pretty intensive classes using Swift and Xcode through some opportunities from when I was a teacher that were really informative. And Swift is like a programming language that's used for it. It's just a good one to learn to play around with. And then that's the language that you can use for Apple devices. It's not terrible to learn. And for knowing what I know about Python, I was able to pick this up really fast. But if you're new to coding it, you can learn it. There's plenty of resources out there. And then there's this Xcode, which is kind of like the MIT App Inventor for Apple. It's more coding based, but you do have kind of some visuals built in. So if you're an Apple person and you're like, man, I just want to make things with Apple, then there are opportunities for that too. You can learn Swift coding language, and you can put Xcode on your MacBook Pro or on your iPad or whatever Apple device you have. All right, so that is what we have. So go ahead and set up an account for MIT App Inventor, get that stuff ready to roll. And then in our next tutorial, we're going to be able to start putting together our first app and show you how easy it can be. Appreciate you taking the time. Let me know in the comments below if there's some ideas for apps that you would like to see us learn how to do. And if there's something you want to work on that I can help you with, then I can incorporate that into our tutorials also. And I hope y'all have a great day.